task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all. With the start of the new year, we set many goals and try to achieve them. I hope 2018 will bring fulfillment to whatever you set out to achieve. Hi, I'm Audrey Williams and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. Coming up in our show today, we look at how small and medium-sized businesses are helping Jamaicans. Stay with us for more.
Parents, how do you think your children feel when they are beaten?
I feel so sad when my mother beats me.
It makes me feel so angry.
I feel embarrassed, and I feel like you just don't care.
It has been proven that coercive parenting is directly linked to the aggression your children are displaying in schools. The National Parenting Support Commission is imploring you, parents, rethink your actions. Stop beating your children.
A message from the National Parenting Support Commission in collaboration with Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for improved safety and security in schools.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Friday, January 5. 300 farm workers left the island this week to take up employment opportunities in Canada under the Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. The workers will be employed in greenhouse crop production, food processing, tobacco planting, vegetable farming and fruit tree cultivation. The first batch of 43 departed the island yesterday while others left today. In her address to the workers on Thursday, Labour Minister Shahini Robinson encouraged them to be good ambassadors by carrying out their duties diligently and conducting themselves appropriately at all times. She also revealed that opportunities were being sought to expand the overseas employment program in the low-skill and unskilled categories while increasing the numbers of females involved. In 2017, a total of 9,367 workers traveled to Canada, both under the Seasonal Agricultural Program and the Low Skill Program. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica is forecasting periods of showers and thunderstorms to continue to affect sections of parishes for the remainder of today and possibly into the weekend. Up to news time, a cold front across Jamaica was still producing unstable weather conditions across the island. This week, Trelawney and St. Anne experienced high levels of flooding and landslides. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, OPM, has subsequently alerted the municipal corporations and the national response agencies to provide assistance and assessment of the damage. Satellite imagery and radar reports indicate that light to moderate and at times heavy showers have affected sections of mainly northern parishes. Flash flooding is therefore possible over low-lying and flood-prone areas, while windy conditions are expected to continue. OPM is urging individuals, institutions, and businesses to take the necessary precautions in response to this event. The Met Service and OPM will continue to monitor the situation and keep the nation informed. Mining Minister Mike Henry says government will be intensifying efforts to return more mined lands to the people in 2018.
We'll be intensifying our efforts to provide more relocated individuals with titles of their land so they can unlock the true value of their properties.
He says the ministry will also be expanding the utilization of mined lands to include research and development, as well as the growing of plants with medicinal value inclusive of ganja. Minister Henry was speaking at last Friday's shipment of the first cargo of alumina produced by the Alpart refinery in St. Elizabeth under its new Chinese owners, Jiquan Iron and Steel Company. The shipment of 35,000 tons of alumina left Port Kaiser at Alligator Pond destined for China. As more consumers come forward to seek redress after increased spending in the festive season, the Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, is encouraging those shoppers to contact the agency with their receipts. CAC's Executive Director, Dulcie Allen, made the plea at a recent JIS think tank session.
The fact that you have the policy, the sign up, no refund, no exchange, says nothing at all in our mind at the Consumer Affairs Commission once you have breached any type of legislation. If the item is defective, if it's not, if it's materially different from what you actually ordered, you have a right to take it back.
Mrs. Allen says the Commission is ready to represent consumers with issues of refund and the return of items, but she emphasizes that consumers need to be cautious and find out the store's policy prior to making a purchase. She also points out that the CAC is guided by the Consumer Protection Act and is encouraging members of the public to know their rights and get familiar with the contents of the law. And finally, the Road Safety Unit in the Transport Ministry is urging road users to exercise caution in the traffic environment so as to keep fatalities down. Up to January 4, 2 persons had lost their lives in road crashes. That is slightly less than the 6 lives lost in the same period last year.
Which shows that it has decreased. It is continuing to decrease thus far, but 2 deaths is still too many. One is a motorcyclist, by the way, and one is a private motor vehicle driver.
In 2017, there were 320 road fatalities, a marked improvement from the 379 deaths recorded in 2016. Men continue to outnumber women in terms of road deaths, while motorcyclists and pedestrians were the 2 main groups suffering fatalities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
There's a long-distance relay that's still on. Many have taken it this far, each leg as important as the next, each challenge faced with determination. Now it's your turn to take the baton. People living with HIV and AIDS and those who are vulnerable need your commitment. It stands in the way of a better quality of life for all of us and our self-respect as a region. It stands in the way of victory in the fight to stop the spread of HIV. Reject stigma and discrimination. Get us to 0.
The world is changing, and so is our economy. With these changes, many persons are creating job opportunities for themselves. Here's more.
If it is that one day you're not feeling well or you have somebody who needs care at home, what we will do is that we'll have one of our nurses or our doctors come in and take care of the person.
Jamaica is cultivating an entrepreneurial culture, and young people like former fashion designer Chanel Francis are leading the way. It's estimated that over 90% of new jobs in Jamaica are created by small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. This surge in the SME sector is driven by a new passion for entrepreneurship, government policies, and public-private partnerships. The Small Business Association is ensuring that entrepreneurs are aware of assistance programs. Programs like the Voucher for Technical Assistance to help SMEs with financial statements, business and marketing plans, and other technical needs. It's the result of a partnership between the Development Bank of Jamaica and the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica. And companies such as the National Bakery have been pouring millions into philanthropic ventures that support SMEs. The Bold Ones is one such program where assistance is provided to selected SMEs in the manufacturing sector to market their products, grow their companies, and employ more Jamaicans. The junior market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange is helping to build the sector by providing a platform for SMEs to increase funds and raise the profile of their business. The government of Jamaica is also playing its part to develop a flourishing SME sector.
My mission is to elevate the MSMEs to a formal and structured sector in the Jamaican economy and to accord them the dignity they deserve as critical contributors to national building.
To help achieve this goal, the government has established an office to roll out its SME and entrepreneurship policy. Some of the key areas of focus include cutting the bureaucracy and regulatory costs of setting up and operating businesses. The government is also providing business development support through organizations like the Jamaica Business Development Corporation and Startup Jamaica. There is greater access to financing. SMEs can now use non-traditional assets as collateral. They can also benefit from a $30 million loan facility through the Exim Bank and the Jamaica Manufacturers Association. But it's not just the SME sector that's vibrant. Social enterprises are also making a profit and making a difference. One example is the Jamaica School for Social Entrepreneurship. It targets individuals and groups that run businesses for the social and environmental benefit of their communities. Returning residents and members of the Jamaican diaspora have also been active, and they are benefiting from the support of projects like the JN Foundation Social Enterprise Boost Initiative, or SEBI. This JN USAID project has been helping grant-funded operations transition into viable, profit-making businesses to support their social missions. Through SEBI, more than 130 community members have been employed in social enterprises, and some $37.7 million Jamaican dollars in revenue has been generated. Another initiative that's helping social enterprises is JN's iSupport Jamaica platform. Because of iSupport, projects under the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force on Education and many others are being exposed to crowdfunding. Thanks to the big ideas and boldness of small, medium-sized and social enterprises, coupled with enabling government policies and partnerships across sectors, Jamaica's small, medium-sized and social enterprises are making profits, creating employment and making a difference across the island.
Having your own business and getting to call the shots can be both exciting and challenging. But how do you get started? Here's how you can register your business or company.
Have you realized that more and more Jamaicans are becoming their own bosses? Think about it. Varying types of companies or businesses are being opened all over the island. But before they could start their operations, they first had to be registered with the Companies Office of Jamaica, COJ. The process to register a business and a company are not the same. In fact, many believe that a company is the same as a business, but they really aren't. A company is a non-profit or profit-generating commercial enterprise registered or incorporated under the Companies Act, while a business is a sole trader or partnership registered under the Business Names Act. So with that said, we will be differentiating the registration process for each of these two groups for you. Let's begin with how to register a business. For new applicants, you will need to complete and submit the Business Registration Form BRF1, also known as the Super Form. You will also need a document verifying the owner or owner's current place of address, such as a driver's license or utility bill. The business owner or owners must present their tax registration number or TRN, an original valid government identification card, and a work permit or exemption letter where applicable. Professional certification is required for some businesses, such as doctors, lawyers, dentists, pharmacists, engineers, architects, surveyors, real estate dealers and developers, custom brokers, hairdressers, barbers, pest control operators, child care and golden age care services. Now the last thing left to do is to pay the necessary registration fees. The registration fee of a sole trader is $2,500. To register a partnership of 2 to 5 persons is also $2,500. The registration fee of a partnership of 6 to 20 persons is $5,000. And the registration of a partnership and a trade name as it relates to a corporation is $3,000 each. After you've submitted all the relevant documents and made the requisite payments, the documents will be verified by the COJ. Then within 2 working days, you'll receive a certificate of registration. This certificate is valid for 3 years, and the TRN and NIS number of your business will be displayed at the base. Certification ensures that you are registered with the National Housing Trust and Heart Trust NTA. Now, let's move on to how to register your company. There are some company owners who, before registering their non-profit or profit-generating company, reserved their company name. The COJ has made it possible for these persons who may not be able to afford the fees associated with the registration of their company, or who are in the process of accumulating the relevant documents, to first reserve a name for their company up to 90 days before it's registered. This is a very beneficial opportunity because if you do this, you will 1. Establish that the proposed name is appropriate and available for use. 2. Protect the name from use by others during the 90 days reservation period. And 3. Allow your company assured use of the name for pre-incorporation contracts. So, if you decide to reserve the name of your company and reap the benefits, you will need to do 2 things. Complete and submit the company's name search and name reservation form, Form 6. And when that's done, you'll be required to pay a fee of $500 for the name search and $3,000 for the name reservation. At the end of the process, you will receive a letter advising you of the reservation of your company name. But if you choose to go right ahead and register your company, there are a few things to do. First on the list, complete the Articles of Incorporation form. If you are registering a profit-making company, you will complete Form 1A. But if you are registering a non-profit company such as a church, charity, service club, or NGO, you will be required to complete Form 1B. When completing the forms, you should ensure they contain details such as the name of the company with the word limited added at the end, the core business of the company, the classes of shares and the maximum number of shares that the company is authorized to issue. For example, 1,000 ordinary shares. Restrictions on share transfers. Minimum and or maximum number of directors. Names and particulars of the proposed directors and the company secretary. Names of proposed shareholders, as well as any restrictions on the business that the company may carry on. For example, the company may not support any political party. All articles will attract a stamp duty fee. Stamping is done at the COJ. The second thing to do to register your company is to complete the Business Registration Form, BRF1, also known as the Super Form. On this form, you will be filling in the required information needed on the principal director, all other directors, the company secretary, registered office, and the projected start date. These details are now mandatory for the registering of a company. The super forms should be signed by all the directors of the company, as well as the person declaring the accuracy of the information submitted on the form. This person must present an original valid government-issued identification or a certified copy of a government-issued identification card on location. The final thing to do is to pay transaction fees. The cost for registration is $24,000 and there's a minimum of $500 for stamp duty. After you've gone through all the steps and made the requisite payments, COJ will verify the documents and then you'll receive a certificate of incorporation within 5 working days. With the certificate of incorporation, you will also receive the company's TRN and NIS number. The certification ensures that you are registered with the National Housing Trust and Heart Trust NTA. You also get a tax compliance certificate, TCC, which is valid for 90 days. If the time period to get your certificate is too long and you want to register at the soonest possible time, then you can make use of the expedition services offered by the COJ. There's the same-day service which can be accessed at a cost of $6,000 for companies and $3,000 for businesses. Then there's the next-day express service which can be accessed at a cost of $3,000 for companies and $1,500 for businesses. The cutoff time for the same-day express service is 9:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. for the next-day express service. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the company's Office of Jamaica for more information by calling 908-4419 or visiting their office at 1 Grenada Way, Kingston 5. Remember, you can access all forms and samples on the COJ's website at orcjamaica.com. Congratulations to you and all the best with your business or company.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Original. The town of Ocho Rios is recognized as one of the most popular cruise destinations in the Caribbean and has been a destination of choice over the years. To enhance the experience, the Urban Development Corporation UDC has partnered with other government agencies on a program to upgrade the town of Ocho Rios and its cruise tourism product. Under the 5-year development master plan, which is called the Greater Ocho Rios Redevelopment Plan, approximately $761.3 million have been spent to redevelop the cruise terminal, the ground transport area, and also the Turtle Beach Road. These projects were completed in 2014 on behalf of the Port Authority of Jamaica PAJ through the Tourism Enhancement Fund TEF. Continuing the redevelopment plan, work is now underway to build out the promenade, a 400-meter walkway linking the pier to the town of Ocho Rios, also through the TEF. This will provide an easy and safe walkway for locals and visitors through the busy town while providing a scenic view.
The features that are involved in this phase of the project includes the colored concrete walkways, pavers to the walkways as well, stone facing on the walls. We have timber kiosks that are reminiscent of old Jamaican architecture. We have lots of foliage landscaping that will also enhance the beauty and the offering here at the promenade. So what we're doing here is to enhance the beachfront, to create a promenade where people can walk, sit, eat, purchase merchandise at our kiosks that are being constructed, and also have a more welcoming environment as they journey along in the town of Ocho Rios.
Meanwhile, over at the fishing village, major works are being carried out, as well as general aesthetic and security improvements by the Port Authority of Jamaica. The next phases of the Greater Ocho Rios Redevelopment Plan are the continuation of the streetscape development along Main Street from Turtle River Road to the Craft Market and the development of the boardwalk along the beach.
So that when guests come off the ship, they can walk freely, walk along the shops, get the gastronomy experience, get that immersion experience into the town, and get the vibe and liberty with the people.
The town of Ocho Rios will see other developments, such as a redesigned market space and shopping center, adequate parking facilities, and the development of the Ocho Rios Bay Beach.
We'll be looking at redesigning the entire layout of the market to integrate more of the transportation, having 2 tiers in the market, dealing with parking on that site. The rest of the parking in the town, we've identified about 6 different parking lots and parking blocks that we'll be creating 1,200 parking spaces for people to be at. In the ORCC, the Ocho Rios Shopping Center, that area will be transformed into a festival marketplace, and it will access a vista to the sea. The Ocho Rios Bay Beach will be redeveloped as well. We're looking at recreating the jetty that's there, cleaning up the beach, doing dredging in that area, fixing the groin a little bit more. And then at Pineapple Place, where we have the government agencies now located at ORCC, they'll be put there. And you'll have a business incubation center for the youth that are coming out of college, Brownstown, etc., that need to plug into the next level of commerce, interacting with the tourist town, and have incubation of ideas, and also craft and other government services will be in that space.
Further development in the town will also address drainage for water runoff and the build-out of an artisan village near the Turtle River Park, bringing together approximately 170 persons with different art forms and gastronomy. And speaking of art form, the UDC will be hosting its annual fireworks on the waterfront in Kingston. So come out on December 31 for the fun, the food, the entertainment, and most of all, the spectacular fireworks. To learn more about the work of the Urban Development Corporation, call 656-8031 or visit their website at www.udcja.com. You may also follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit their information center on the ground floor, Kingston Mall, downtown Kingston.
the crime and violence in Jamaica. I just wish for it to stop.
That we have more skilled persons in the country and more jobs.
That the crime just stop. That we love each other more and be more helpful.
Infrastructure development. The roads, the various services. I also would love to see, as a Jamaican myself, but I'm visiting, just the spirit to come back the way it used to be, where you could just go out, have a good time, and just experience the authentic spirit of Jamaica. I would really like to see that come back. As I'm here and I'm walking around, I see people are trying to have a good time, but they just seem to be so fearful. I see it in their eyes, I see it on their faces.
Better family life for the people who live here. I know Christmas wasn't good for many people, especially downtown, but hopefully in the new year things will get better. People will find jobs, get promoted, and help to contribute to a growing Jamaica. I think that's important.
Peace. I wish peace for Jamaica 2018.
Children, and we have rights. We have a right to be
protected,
provided for,
and included. Don't beat me up, don't belittle me, and please don't molest me.
I am under 13. I should not be working for a living. That is child labor. It is illegal.
Stop leaving me alone. I am too young to provide for myself. I need your guidance.
Protect our nation's children. They have rights too. To learn more about children's rights, call or visit the offices of the Child Development Agency.
Many Jamaicans are blessed with entrepreneurship skills and have been creatively dominating the business space. It's an approach to wealth creation that requires outside-of-the-box thinking with an equal drive for determination. And it has seen many, from the very young to the very old, turning them hand to make fashion. Government supports this mindset as an important tool that not only improves the country's economic agenda, but more broadly makes Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Thanks for spending time with us. The proverb that we leave with you is, want all, lose all. What does this mean? Take just what you can comfortably manage, rather than attempting to grab everything for yourself, lest you destroy all in the process. Remember to keep up to date with the latest government information. Join us online at jis.gov.jm or watch our programs on our YouTube channel. And be sure to check out our social media platforms. You may also catch a new edition of Jamaica Magazine tomorrow on this very station. Until then, I'm Audrey Williams. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.